Well, hello there. I'm Nusha, also known as Ferocious and Pretty Pens. And I wanted to welcome you back to my channel, where we talk about all things related to fountain pens, fountain pen inks, papers, and just general being creative with the tools that you have. Today I'm going to kick off a series that I'm going to call Artsy Fartsy Time with your fountain pens, inks, and other tools. Yeah, we're just gonna go with it. This series is geared towards people like me that have quite a large ink collection and we want to use up our inks. For today's video, we're specifically going to be talking about how to use your pens to draw patterns. Now, the reason I'm starting here is because there are some of you that are out there that would say, Nusha, I'm not artistically inclined at all. I can't draw, I can't do any of those things. And this is where I'm going to tell you that you, my friend, are vastly mistaken. Vastly mistaken? Greatly mistaken? Either way, you're mistaken. Now, there are many different forms of drawing and being artistic. There's realism, which if we were basing everything on realism, then there wouldn't be artists like a Picasso or a Chagall. There is a time and a place for realism, and I agree with that, but you don't have to be schooled in the techniques of realism to just be able to take your pen and put it to paper and create something that you jive with. That's why today we're going to be talking about drawing patterns. And more specifically, these patterns are also known as Zentangles. Zentangling is a form of doodling. It has more structure than just your free-form doodling. There are specific elemental strokes, whether they're lines, dots, S-curves, and these elemental strokes help you create repeatable patterns over and over again. And you learn each of these patterns, and then you are able to eventually piece them together into a larger piece with multiple patterns. I have an entire Pinterest board that I will put in the description box below that has a bunch of different patterns, etc. if you're interested in delving more. We're going to go over a specific pattern, and that is the paradox. So the paradox is one of the easiest Zentangle patterns out there. And the reason it's so easy is because all it is lines. That's it. If you're interested in learning more about this design, keep watching. And if you want to follow along, all you need to do this is a fountain pen friendly paper as well as a fountain pen, and that's pretty much it. So here we go. So here's the design I showed earlier. We're going to walk through how you get here, and I'll also show you a couple of different variations. I like to use dot grid paper. It makes it a lot easier than busting out a ruler and measuring everything out. I will also mention that Zentangling is usually done on tiles, and there is an official Zentangle website that I'll also link in the description box. This is just how I choose to do it. Let's mess around a little bit and get comfortable with this overall design before we get crazy. There are many different versions of the paradox design, and the easiest way that I found to learn was with a plain square design. So I'm showing you this using a TWSBI Rose Gold Mini with a broad nib and Herbin Vert Gris. This should be dark enough for you to see it and also big enough. Since I'm using dot grid, the size of this is 5 by 5. The reason why this is one of the easier designs is it's simply just lines and stepping them out. What I mean by stepping them out is I'm going to start in this corner here and I'm going to step out like this. And you repeat that. Start here and you step it out. And you do that over and over again. Now with traditional Zentangle, the recommendation is to turn your paper as you're doing the design so that all of your lines are consistently in one direction. But this is my world. I do what I want. Just kidding. I just find that this is easier for me. Now, when you're doing this upstroke with a fountain pen, you want to be very careful. Don't use excessive pressure or else you may mess up your nib feed connection. You want the lines to be close enough together so that you have a more flowy pattern. So there you go. From here, there's two ways that you can go. If you want to create a fan, similar to what I showed you in my sketchbook, you want to step out in the same direction here as the box that's next to it. So you see, you want to go like that. And what this does is it will eventually create the illusion of a fan. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit. So there you have it. Now you have a fan. So if we wanted to continue this fan design down here, all we would do is we want to step it out in the same direction as what's next to it. So start here, see the fan starting there, and you go like this. Now let me show you a slightly different rendition of this. So we started out the same exact way in this box. Instead of going in the same direction for your step out as the square next door, you want to go in the opposite direction. Now, let me show you the version with the triangles. This is a Lamy All-Star with a medium nib inked with Lamy Turquoise. Another thing I'll mention, you should probably put something down for your hand so you don't get your hand oils on the paper, and be careful if you're turning the page to not go into the ink like I just did. This is my Sailor Pro Gear with a medium fine nib in it. It is inked with Krishna brown pink. With this fine of a nib, you want to be even more careful as you're doing the different strokes, because it does have a tendency every once in a while to catch on the paper. There you have it, with a medium fine nib. Now let's say you want to get super crazy and do this with a circle. You could bust out a compass. I'm just gonna wing it because I can. Yay! Lopsided circle. And you do the same thing. So there you have it. I'm hoping that that was helpful in getting a little bit more intimate with the Zentangle pattern. Just get my hair out of my face because it's wild today. And there you have the paradox pattern. I'm going to take what we've gone over today and create my own piece and post it to my Instagram, Ferocious and Pretty Pens. I encourage you to do the same. Practice the pattern, get comfortable with it, and if you feel so inclined to post it on Instagram, please tag me. I'd love to see what you come up with. And that's a wrap. So if you've enjoyed watching this video, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. And I'll see you on the next one. Remember, keep writing and drawing. Well, hello there. I'm Well, hello there. Yeah, why am I so awkward? Why can't I just say what I need to say? Imagine that you're just talking to a friend. Talking to a friend. It's not a big deal. I'm so awkward. Stop being awkward, Nisha. Nobody needs that in their life. They're awkward enough without you. You are your own sort of awkward. Okay. Well, hello there. I'm fired. I fired myself. We have a guest today on the show known as Inky the Ferocious. He's not really very ferocious. Like, I don't understand what you want from me. Don't mind the tail. Then go! Boop, boop. That was lame. That was so lame. Oh my god, why are you so lame? Now we mean business. The hair is up. If you like world peace, if you enjoy cats, dogs, animals, baby things, consider subscribing and hitting that like button. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. Loop-a-doop-a-doo-doo-doo. Do-do-do-do-do-do.